Nung pumunta ako sa China, I was with Delfendo Renzana, the DND. I was with Anyo, who was my security advisor, national security advisor, and the advisor of the Bongbong ngayon, national security advisor. Nandoon sila lahat, Esperon, and my cabinet members, lahat sila. Ito ang opening remarks ko kay Xi Jinping. I cannot make a move relative to the security of the country without asking the military and the national security council. Ang problema lang nito, maraming hindi naman they are not party to any of the discussion at itong biglang gentleman's agreement with Xi Jinping. Nobody but nobody in the Philippines today, either the Supreme Court, Presidency, or Congress, can concede anything about territory. Hindi gawain ng presidente. And ano ko lang is, even this stupid ex-Justice Carpio is arguing on a gentleman's agreement of which certainly he was not there, and is beginning to expound on the consequences of the resort or whatever wrong there was committed in the agreement. Aside from the fact of having a handshake with President Xi Jinping, the only thing I remember was that status quo. That's the word. Na walang galawan, no movement, no armed patrols there, as Israel, para walang magkagulo. Hindi tayo magkagulo. Yun ang naalaala ko. Wala akong, I did not, there's a new word, I do not even know the ayunan. Ito si Carpio and the rest of the, well, I think is trying to be relevant, is a retired justice, a not so brilliant one, which he pretends to be, nawala naman siya doon. And I assure you that if it was a gentleman's agreement, it would always have been an agreement that would keep the peace in the South China Sea. Huwag mo kayong maniwala yung politik nila kasi hindi ako ganun kagago. You know, ayaw kong magyabang. Kaya ako, bakit ako tumangkal sa AB, sa Lyceum, is because after my political science course, I took up, and Lyceum could show the record. Marami akong kinuha about foreign affairs, foreign politics. Sabi ko, hindi ako nagyayabang. I studied geopolitics under Professor Fiona. I think he's still connected or retired from the Foreign Affairs Department. I was under Ambassador Terrano sa Tirona. mentioned, yan Ambassador Rosan or Belinda Carona sa geopolitics ko pati sa many subjects about foreign policy, foreign affairs. I had my diplomatic practice and procedure doon sa David tapos and political thought I was under Jose Maria Siso. Yun o nagturo sa amin. Ewan ko kung mas may bright pa doon. Kaya sinasabi ko, it would be good and it would be healthy for God you to just shut up and not muddled up with the of which I was not there. Hindi ko naman siya kinukondem. Pero sa amin yan, pinatawag in our parlance, author pinangay kong putang yun. I will be expounding more the day after because I just received the old documents of Malacanang about foreign policy noon sa panahon. I just got it tonight. I want to review it and the different agreements that were entered into by myself and the Defense Department. Sila Lorenzana. Lorenzana played a crucial role, a role that was something that was, well, sinasabi ko sa kanya, you handle this, especially matters that will govern the movements of the great ships. Wala pa ng great ships dyan sa, you know, yun ang binabantayan namin noon. The entry of the great ships. Pero walang nangyari. There was never a time that we sent the great ships in China and China sent ano yung great ship? When we talk about great ships, we are talking about warships. Ang nangyari dito sa China all along was a coastal guard, coastal patrol. So, hindi naman hanggang ngayon, but there are misconceptions perpetuated, not by us, no, itong nasa gobyerno na napakamarunong. You know, ito ang nangyari. You better make it over. Nung pumunta ako sa China, I was with Delpen Lorenzana, the DND. I was with Anyo, who was my security advisor, national security advisor, and the advisor of the Bongbong ngayon, national security advisor. Nandoon sila lahat, Esperon, and my cabinet members, lahat sila. Ito ang opening remarks ko kay Xi Jinping. Kunin ninyo ito. Kasi harap-harapan kami ng long table. Para I said, Mr. President, we would insist that that China Sea, or not the whole of it, but there is a part of the China Sea that belongs to the Philippines. And since I would want to, you know, get savings instead of importing it from the exporting country, ako naman I will dig my oil. I just want to let you know. Ito ang sagot ni Xi Jinping. I am afraid you cannot do that. Sabi ko, why, Mr. President? Dinaritso ko na niya. I will get it from that portion of the Red China Sea that belongs to the Philippines. Sabi niya, please do not do it. For the life of me. We are friends and I do not want to destroy that friendship. So what is in your mind, Mr. President? Sabi niya, because it would be trouble. Kami dito sa kabila nakaintindo na nandyan yung mga generals nila. Ano yung National Security Advisor ni Marcos? Nandyan. Ang pagkaintindi ko pag sabi na there will be trouble if we insist on our own way there, China will go to war. Sabi ko, well, Mr. President, this is the first day of my visit. I do not want to spoil everything. So maybe we can put it off to some other day. Yun ang that yung put it off to some other day never came. Because we avoided that controversy. We avoided the issue of the Philippines getting into our claimed territory to extract minerals and oil. Diyan ako nagkalma kasi alam ko na hindi talaga kaya ng Pilipinas kung magpagin. Now, at present, in the past or in the future, ako naman, hindi ko inaasahan na ang Amerika to without China swaggering. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, kung ang Amerika talaga, gusto niyang make his presence felt there in the China Sea and to show to the world na protektado as Marcos would want to picture it to be, na America will come to our aid. Why do it during a war? Anak ka na po, pumunta na sila doon to avoid the war. And if America goes into trouble with China, that is their own shit. Pag sila kasi yung magka-rebel niya. Bakit hintayin pa ng Amerika? Why would Bongbong Marcos would now go to America to continue dito? Nagganon pa man, what has agreed upon years ago remains until today. And the popular notion is that if we go to war with China, America would hurry up, go there, and defend her. So sabihin ko sa Amerika, if you are interested really in defending the Philippines, putang ina, bakit ka pa maghintay magkaroon ng tira? Why don't you go there and give the protection that is being mounted by... Bakit hintayin pa magkaroon ng patayan? Di parking na niya yung 7th fleet niya doon. The 7th fleet is in the Paris. It's a big one. It's a task force. Ilagay na yung doon ng mga destroyer dyan o sa... wala eh. Tapos, alam mo, there is a very dangerous trend. And anybody of you can notice. Bongbong America has been there for about balik-balik sa Amerika. Ang Amerikano naman, binibigyan siya ng moral booster. Sige, lumaban ka. Wala kang pokpok. Wala kang ikatakot. So, sa Amerika dito, before election in America, is boasting of resisting China. We do not want oppression. Of course, we are being oppressed by China. There's no doubt about it. Nobody questions that. Ang problema lang, ang trabaho namin kasi dito as president, just like Aquino and all, istorya muna tayo because we cannot afford war at this time with China. And I am so ever in doubt that America will try to tickle China there to go into a nuclear war. Because a nuclear war means the end of the world. For China and for everybody. Alam nila yan. Takot ang Amerika kasi isang ballistic lang during a nuclear warfare. Isang putok lang yan dyan sa gitna ng Amerika. Sufficiente na yan. But with 1,000 missiles, and in return, America returns a favor, sending also 1,000 missiles, it will really end. Kaya ang China takot. Hanggang dyan lang sila sa malayo. But they have never confronted Russia or China. Takot, obliterated lahat yan. Maniwala kayo. Including us. There will be famine and hunger and death. You can ask any professor ninyo sa physics and he will tell you what will happen to the world. Nobody wins. That is why we navigate through our differences, our nuances, our everything that is questionable and just be talked about. So itong curfew na ito, ayunan, bakit kung ibigay ko yung ayunan sure, just tell curfew, kung hindi ka magagawa, ibigay ko na lang yung South China Sea. Hindi ko nga alam kung saan yung ayunan. At ito, Justice Curfew, sabihin ko sa iyo, if China would decide to erect a naval base there in the island nearest us, can you stop it? Ano mo yung Supreme Court Supreme ruling mo dyan? Papel lang yan. Idiot. It cannot stop a war. Hindi nadadala ito sa salita. We presidents, at one time or another, had that solemn duty, sacred duty, to protect the Filipino people. Ikaw, yung jurist mo, Bakat, scholar ka pa na. Huwag mo ako mapabilib, kilala kita, nagdamaw ka. Maaga ka lang ng political connection, kaya ka naging justice. Murahin mo ako. Yan ang totoo. Madali kasi ito sila magsabi that we should insist. And if China would say, no, you cannot insist, what can you do? Justice Carpio, answer. So you call America. You're a crybaby. Always America, America, America. That was the last speech of Marco. We will be brave there. We have the ships there patrolling alongside with the American ships. What? And you call yourself, you call our place Republic of the Philippines. When you could remain to be a republic and be peaceful with everybody. Pag-usapan lang natin yung hindi naman Palawan ang kinukuha ng ano. There are questions and issues about jurisdictions and we will continue to talk. Yan ang trabaho namin. Problema sa iyo, Justice Carpio, hindi ka naging presidente. Akala mo itong problema ng Pilipinas sa chessboard kung marunong ka maglaro. It's easy for you to say, oh, ganun dapat ginawa. Eh, okay talaga, utang ina mo, hindi ka naging presidente. You were not given that sacred duty to protect the 120 million plus Filipinos. Ang iyong papel lang dyan at salita at maraming ambog. I have the documents. Hinahanap ko yung meron bang mga agreements na I will study it tonight and after the rally we can probably have a more expanded agreement signed along the way. No, kasi ang pagkaalam ko si Tito Carpio, eh, galing yan ng collegial eh. Supreme Court is collegial, marami sila. Ganon rin ho kami, ugok. I do not decide on my own. When there is a critical issue at hand in front of me, I call the National Security Council. Kung wala akong panahon, yan si Andio Esperon, ang mga military, ang tinatanong ko sa cabinet. Hindi naman ako, no? It's the act of the President. Correct. But behind that act of the President, I will educate you. Hindi akin yan lahat. I cannot make a move relative to the security of the country without asking the military and the National Security Council. Kaya yung agreement na yan, kung totoo, nasabi ko na sa mga military yan, you should not keep anything secret when you're talking about the national security. Ang mga military nandyan talaga yan. Nandyan man si Anyo. He was my national security advisor. Advisor mo yan, Bongbong. Tanungin mo kung mayroong bang gentleman's agreement.